Good evening, it's Facebook Love, number 113. I hope you're well today. It's a nice break from the humidity. It's warm and sunny and lovely. My garden looks amazing, which gives me such pleasure. So I will continue my reading of 6 underrated pleasures tonight. There are 2 left. I shared 4 of them yesterday. And I will also read again the poem that I made earlier this summer, because the day that I read it, I was outside and I think the volume wasn't quite loud enough. I've had a few people ask me if I'd do it again so they can hear it a little better. What was I thinking about today? Gosh. This pandemic feels like we're in March again, where the numbers just go up and up and up. And we're watching just names flash by, numbers flash by, Americans dying. And so many Americans getting sick, and we're learning now how many of them, when they are, quote, recovered, are not. 2 of the people I know who've been ill are not better. And 7 are mostly better. But you don't know what you're going to get. This is a nerve-wracking thing, and I wish I saw more people being responsible. It's so hard. I don't feel natural doing what we have to do to stay safe, but what's our choice if we care about each other? That's why I call it Facebook Love. The other thing I thought about today is that maybe part of what's going on is that we don't feel connected to each other, really, in a way that I think my neighborhood felt when I was growing up, and the way my classmates and I felt, the way my parents grew up, the way their parents grew up. People were reliant on each other in a lot of ways that maybe don't seem essential anymore. But we know that worldwide, in countries like ours, not just America, countries with the kind of development that we have, there's an epidemic of loneliness that was in place well before this pandemic. Maybe we can't find a way to be caring for each other by wearing masks and keeping distant and being careful until we find a solution to this coronavirus. Maybe we can't because we feel like it doesn't matter, or like we don't matter. I don't know. I don't know the answers, but I do have a lot of questions. So I'm going to read the second 2, the last 2 of 6 Underrated Pleasures by Marge Piercy. And I definitely think these are lovely. Number 5, planting bulbs. No task could be easier. Just dig the narrow hole, drop in the handful of bone meal, and place the bulb like a swollen brown garlic clove full of hidden resources. Their skin is the paper of brown bags. The smooth, pale flesh peeks through. 3 times its height is its depth, a parable against hard straining. The art is imagining the spring landscape, poking through chrysanthemum, falling leaves, withered brown lushness of summer. The lines drawn now, the colors mixed, will pop out of the soil after the snow sinks from sight into it. The circles, the casual grace of tossed handfuls, the soldierly rose will stand, the colors sing sweet or sour. When the first sharp ears poke out, you are again more audience than actor. As if someone said, close your eyes and draw a picture. Now, open them and look. Number 6, canning. We pour a mild drink each, turn on the record player, Beethoven perhaps, or Vivaldi, opera sometimes, and then together in the steamy kitchen we put up tomatoes, peaches, grapes, pears. Each fruit has a different ritual, popping the grapes out of the skins like little eyeballs, slipping the fuzz from the peaches and seeing the blush painted on the flesh beneath. It is part game. What shall we magic wand this into? Peach conserve, chutney, jam, brandied peaches, tomatoes turn juice, sauce hot or mild or spicy, canned, ketchup, vinegars, brandies, treats for the winter, pleasure deferred. Canning is thrift itself in sensual form. Surplus made beautiful, light and heat caught in a jar. I find my mother sometimes issuing from the steam, aproned, red-faced, her hair up in a net. Since her death, we meet usually in garden or kitchen. Ghosts come reliably to savors, I learn. In the garden, your ashes, in the kitchen, your knowledge. Little enough we can save from the furnace of the sun, while the bones grow brittle as paper and the hair itself turns ashen. But what we can put by, we do, with gaiety and invention, while the music laps round us like dancing light. But mother, this pleasure is only deferred. We eat it all before it spoils. 6 Underrated Pleasures by Marge Piercy. That was part 2, since there were 6. It took a long time to get through them. And this is a poem that I made earlier this season. I wrote it a little over a month ago on the 17th of June and shared it the same day. But I was sitting outside and the volume wasn't quite loud enough, so I'm going to do it again. I have another one that's been trying to come, but I've been so busy working, and I just hope it keeps tapping on the window because I don't have time. It takes 2 or 3 hours to make one of these. So this one is about summer. It's called When I Had Nothing to Do. The girl cat is in the window, morning sun heating her flanks. The new day, rose red beneath my eyelids, while a cardinal calls through the screen. Breakfast cereal and orange juice in a rush. Cut-off jeans and raggedy tee hold this speed racer until the pool opens at 1 o'clock. What you doin'? I dialed, heart-held numbers. Scree-thrup, scree-thwup. Nothin'? Want to ride over? I do, mounting my new Schwinn with the handbrakes. I've turned golden, brows bleached above pale eyes, freckle galaxies vanish into my hair pale as hay, shoulders and wiry arms dusted like a dappled pony. We drink Kool-Aid, mixed in a glass pitcher, giggling at our stained red lips, mugging like copper-tone models. Neighborhood drifters, we scout bike colonies. Lawn-strewn cycles give away multi-yard tag and sprinkler jumpers. No one looks twice at girls in swim tanks, pool tags sewn on, glinting, towels and Dr. Scholl's sandals, striding bare-legged for blocks, dollar bills tucked under a strap, for a cold Charleston chew at safety break. Seal-headed bobbers, we dive, weave, and scream. Look! Look at this! Watch! School rivalries dissolve like hot tar, these July days. Brave diver, tree climber, wily runner, universally admired. Even boys welcome our cooties if we help them win. Dinner on the back patio, brats and beer, burgers on the grill, char smear on the platter, corn cobs dripping butter. I smell like mown grass and chlorine. The sun holding high after popsicles. There's time for one more ride around the block. When I had nothing to do. Thinking about planting bulbs, thinking about the promise months later when they come out of the cold earth, thinking about canning, the promise of delicious fruits, sauces down in the cellar or in your pantry. A hot summer day, riding bikes and going to the pool. If you grew up in my neighborhood, going to the soft serve ice cream place by the railroad tracks before dinner, and then going home to dinner. It's summer. Try to enjoy it. This is Facebook Love. I'll see you again.